Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Unite Inside. And I'm so glad to have you here back again at my channel. And I have created another lesson for you that will help you in your spiritual and healing journey. And this is going to be lesson number 4. And so, with this being said, let's start. So, in this video, what I want to talk about is how to know that you are truly on your way to true healing, true inner transformative healing, and that it's not just a path of, superficial healing or not the right path. Because a lot of times we can really lose our way and we tend to be in different paths that can really take us the wrong way. And eventually we don't end up experiencing actual healing because what happens is that we get information from a lot of people on why is it that we should do the healing, how to do it, and a lot of times we haven't in our own way discovered the right way to do it and what really happens when we achieve the real way of healing. And so this is what I'm going to talk about in this video. The first thing that I want to help you to understand is that about healing, when it comes to that, is you have to kind of reach a certain stage of consciousness to be able to approach your own healing from the right place. And so, what is the right place to approach our healing from? The right place is our heart, is when we are in our heart and we truly have love, we truly are able to channel unconditional love. We're able to feel acceptance within ourselves. We're able to um, be patient with ourselves. There is this higher consciousness that we can tap into that instead of being all over the place and being in this frequency of, like trying to do something or to do the healing so that we can achieve a certain goal. Like when we reach a certain level of consciousness, we don't care about goals anymore. We don't care about whether a certain goal is what we're trying to hit. Like, for example, when I was doing my own healing, when I first started and I didn't know that I wasn't on the right path, I actually had this part of me that was like, I really want to be able to be normal like other people. And I really want to be perceived as confident, powerful. I wanted to be a good leader. I wanted to be able to get people to follow me and basically um, be like popular. And that was because my own trauma have made me into an introvert, and I have became this person that was not able to connect with other people. And it's not like being an introvert is bad. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm just trying to say that, like when you isolate yourself so that you don't have to deal with other people because you feel overwhelmed when you do so. And a lot of that was actually linked to my trauma because I was someone that have um, taken on a lot of other people's emotions and feelings and burdens that weren't really my burden, and that was because of my own trauma. Because what I went through in my childhood was that I was being given things that were not really um, that were basically like more than what I can handle, more than what I can handle. And so I learned that I can just take on other people's feelings and emotions and burdens. And that made me feel like I can't be around anybody because then I feel drained and my energy just goes down. And so, because of that, like I couldn't make any friends, and I had this trauma where it was hard for me to fit in. It was hard for me to be out there and like stand out or even like um, you know, be involved with other people. And so, what I wanted so bad, knowing that I'm very anxious and I knew that I had so much anxiety and other things, and that was what actually led me to going on in this path is was actually my desire to just be someone that is healed, to feel that I'm confident. And when I was looking up why I have so much anxiety, or why I freeze with other people and I can't really um you know talk to them, I can't really have like connections or build them, I discovered that it was because I was traumatized. And so that's what led me to going into this path. But what I didn't understand was that my desire was from my ego and wasn't really, aligned. But going into this path of healing and spirituality, I learned a lot. And I learned that the most important thing is to love myself and to do this for myself, and not so that I can get attention or validation from the outside. And a lot of us, when we start this healing journey, we have so many reasons and, you know, goals that we want to hit and we want to experience. And that's why we have the motivation to heal, because we think when we do this, we're going to get a partner, we're going to find our soulmate. Or when we do this, we're going to become this amazing person, and people will give us so much love, and people will give us so much attention and validation and approval. And that's what made us go into this path. But I want to tell you that if this is your actual motivation to why you want to heal yourself, why you want to go into this path, I want to tell you that this actually might not be, it might not be something that will take you far when it comes to your transformation, because this will take you as far as um, building a personality that will keep you from, like danger, or like a protective ego uh, personality that you might end up building in the process of trying to heal. But what I want to tell you, like true transformative healing is actually has a lot to do with becoming spiritually tuned with yourself and with who you really are. And so what this means is that you have to transcend the idea that you want to be a certain way, or you want to heal so that you can get something out of it. And to do this, to transcend this idea, you can do this by becoming aware, becoming on a certain level of consciousness. And you can do this by meditating more, getting more in tune with who you really are, by going inward and really understanding what really makes you who you really are. Which means when you do this, when you go inward and you get in touch with who you really are on a spiritual level, which means you feel your own frequency, your actual energy, and what makes you you, and you understand you are not this body, you are not a human being, you are actually a spiritual being in a human body. When you understand this, then you can approach your healing from a place of curiosity, where you are trying to heal yourself because you want to love yourself, because you see that you're anxious, you see that you have all these emotional um, triggers and feelings that are actually calling your attention. And for the first time, you can just recognize that this is a part of you that deserves love and compassion from you. That this is a part of you that actually deserves your attention, just for the sake of the fact that it is a part of you, and you want to expand your self love. You want to expand how much love you give to yourself, because the more we become more aware, the more we actually become more understanding of ourselves, more loving of ourselves, more unconditionally loving. And so when you raise your frequency, your consciousness more and more, you will realize that the most important thing is to give yourself as much love as you can. And so by this being said, when you start to give yourself that unconditional love, it will come in a form of being patient with yourself, being patient with your emotions, letting yourself feel your feelings. Your approach when it comes to yourself and your emotions changes from criticizing yourself, pushing parts of yourself, telling yourself that you shouldn't feel certain ways, to becoming more tolerant of your own self. And that is the vibration that literally helps you to rise up and become this person that you really can help yourself to heal. This is the part of yourself that will help you to actually experience healing. So, what I'm trying to say here is that healing doesn't actually happen, and the inner transformation doesn't just happen from a place of trying to force yourself to be someone that you're not, or trying to force yourself to change because you have a certain goal. This is you being selfish with yourself. This is you desiring something and putting it on a pedestal over yourself. But once you actually achieve that spiritual attunement with yourself, what happens is that you change from within and your desires change. And so your desire will be to just connect to yourself, interact with who you are, connect to who you are. This will be your actual desire. And from there, from that vibration, it will be so easy for parts of yourself to feel safe enough to transform and to start releasing themselves and purging. Because once you let yourself and those emotions to express themselves enough, once they feel there is enough space within yourself, when you hold space for yourself, there is enough space within yourself that these emotions move and they end up getting released. Because I want to tell you one thing is that a lot of times we don't know that emotions are actually temporary. And the only reason why they get stuck so much within us is because we resist them and we end up pushing them away, and that makes them only want to be louder. Because imagine pushing a part of you away, it makes it want to come up in different ways, because we can never push a part of us away. It's just that's not how it works. So if you are really interested in healing yourself and getting into the right level of self-healing within yourself, then you need to realize that you need to elevate your consciousness by meditating, whatever it is that you can do, that any ritual, any practice that brings you closer to your own heart, that can make you feel that you are starting to realize the truth about who you are. The truth is that you are not really here to please anyone. The truth is that we don't exist so that we can make someone else feel good. We exist so that we can fulfill our own purpose of why the universe put us in this planet and why we are here, so that we can help people to elevate their consciousness. And so, with this being said, approach your healing from a deeper level of consciousness. And you can do this. I want to help you. I want to teach you how to do this. So, I am going to share with you a few exercises that you can do that will help you to actually get into this level of consciousness, that from there you can approach your healing. And so, the first thing I want you to do is, like I just said it, is meditation. Because meditation, when you meditate, you can get in touch with that part of you that is non-physical. And so when you meditate, do a certain type of meditation where you can actually feel into the presence that you have around you. So I'm going to help you right now to do a little bit of it. So close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel yourself relaxing more and more. Feel yourself calming down and truly let go of any worries or thoughts or expectations. You are here in the moment. Truly start to feel what it feels like to be in presence with yourself. You are here with yourself. How does it feel? Enjoy your own presence. Relax into it, just like you are surrendering to the moment. There is nowhere to go but here. Here is where everything happens. Pay attention to what's going on inside yourself in this moment. Maybe you have some thoughts, and that's okay. Watch them come and go while you are existing with them. Everything is the way it needs to be. Feel into your own presence and awareness right now. Relax into it while you're breathing. This presence is your inner light, connected straight to Source. It's coming straight from Source. Feel that light. Feel into the space of light around you and within you that has always been here for you. It is you. That's what you're made of. Now feel your heart opening up and imagine a light of your favorite color going into your heart fully. And I want you to breathe it in and feel that it is filling you up with light, all the light that you need in your life. And then breathe out all the negative energy that's been waiting you from the inside. So you breathe in this light fully into your heart, and you breathe it out. You breathe out everything that you no longer want in your life. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And now feel how it feels to be fully embraced in your own presence and light. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. You can pause this if you want more time with this light. And if you're ready, you can keep watching. So, this is an exercise that helps you to reconnect with your own presence. And our own presence is actually who we actually are. A lot of times, when we are going on with our lives, we tend to be in this vibration of absolute um, disconnection from who we really are, because we are in this vibration of ego. And so what happens is that we create this personality that is not really who we are. And when we do that, what happens is that we tend to live from it and think that this is who we are, and then we don't know who we really are. So when you silence your mind and you let yourself feel the energy that's around you and feel the vibration of light that is actually who you really are, then you can reconnect with yourself and your consciousness starts to rise up, because the more you let yourself feel that light, the more you connect with the truth of who you are on a vibrational level. Okay, so this is an exercise on how to help yourself to raise your consciousness, because that is the vibration that we're going to need to be in to approach our healing from. And so that's the right way to heal, and that's how you know that you are on your way to true inner transformation. Okay, that's how you start to feel good, confident, amazing, joyful, excited. That's how it happens. Okay, so I love you so much, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video, that it was of benefit to you, and I will see you in the next video where I will teach you more lessons. I love you so much. Mwah, and I will see you soon.